Warning, some viewers may find the following footage deeply disturbing.
I bet you didn't know that some of the most dangerous criminal organizations in Venezuela have direct ties to the military. Venezuela is in the grip of a profound crisis. Economic collapse, political turmoil and social unrest have created a breeding ground for lawlessness. These militarized gangs, as they are often called, represent a serious threat to the country's stability and security. They operate with a level of sophistication and firepower that surpasses traditional criminal groups. This essay will explore the rise of these gangs, the advantages they enjoy due to their military connections, and the implications for Venezuela and the region. What's something people don't know about Tren de Aragua? One of the most notorious examples of a militarized gang in Venezuela is Tren de Aragua. This group originated in the prisons of the Aragua state, hence their name. Their initial activities were relatively localized, focused on extortion and control within the prison system. However, Tren de Aragua's ambitions quickly expanded. They established a presence outside prison walls, engaging in drug trafficking, human smuggling, and kidnapping for ransom. What sets them apart is their access to military-grade weaponry and tactics, a direct result of their ties to corrupt elements within the Venezuelan armed forces. Tren de Aragua has become a powerful force in Venezuela, controlling territory, resources and smuggling routes. Their reach extends beyond the borders of Venezuela, with documented operations in Colombia, Brazil, Peru, and even as far north as Central America. I bet you didn't know the connections between Venezuelan gangs and the military provide them with a significant advantage. Corrupt military officials are often involved in supplying these groups with weapons, ammunition, and even intelligence. The gangs gain access to assault rifles, grenades, and explosives, far surpassing the firepower of law enforcement. This access to military hardware allows them to operate with impunity, intimidating rivals and civilians alike. The gangs also benefit from training provided by former or active military personnel. This training enhances their combat skills, discipline and organizational capabilities. They learn to conduct ambushes, operate checkpoints, and even engage in urban warfare, making them a formidable force, exposing the toxic alliance in Venezuela. The relationship between certain sectors of the Venezuelan military and organized crime is complex and deeply rooted in corruption. Facing economic hardship, some military personnel turn to criminal activities for financial gain. They sell weapons, provide protection, and engage in smuggling operations alongside the gangs. This collaboration creates a toxic alliance that undermines the rule of law and fuels violence. The Venezuelan government has been accused of turning a blind eye to these connections, or in some cases, actively benefiting from them. The lack of accountability and transparency within the military and government institutions perpetuates this dangerous cycle. This is going to blow your mind. The rise of militarized gangs in Venezuela has had a devastating impact on the country. Violence has skyrocketed, with frequent clashes between rival gangs, security forces, and civilians caught in the crossfire. Extortion is rampant, crippling local businesses and terrorizing communities. The presence of these heavily armed groups has created a climate of fear and instability. The violence has also contributed to a massive displacement crisis, with millions of Venezuelans fleeing their homes in search of safety and opportunity. These gangs prey on vulnerable populations, particularly migrants and refugees, exploiting their desperation for profit. I don't think people understand the regional and global threat posed by militarized gangs in Venezuela. The activities of militarized gangs in Venezuela have far-reaching consequences. They destabilize the entire region, contributing to the flow of drugs, weapons, and human trafficking across borders. The presence of these groups also poses a challenge to international security. Their connections to other criminal organizations, such as drug cartels, raise concerns about the potential for collaboration and the expansion of their operations. Addressing the issue of militarized gangs in Venezuela requires a multifaceted approach. It involves tackling corruption within the military and government, strengthening law enforcement capabilities, and providing social and economic opportunities to at-risk populations. International cooperation is also essential to disrupt the gangs' transnational networks and bring perpetrators to justice.